What is up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. So I wanted to switch things up a bit with this reaction. I wanted to dive into something that's taking place in the world right now. So you got the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Basically, Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for an op-ed she put out, which, you know, caused harm to his movie career, and they've been battling it out in court for the past two and a half weeks. And it's looking as though Johnny Depp is probably going to win because all the evidence against Heard is pretty damning. And so this video right here is Amber Heard's psychologist admits Johnny Depp suffered severe injuries. It's already been proven in court that she's assaulted him various times. She made claims that he was assaulting her, but from testimony from cops and whatnot has pretty much dispelled that. So, but let's get into this video.
And for the record, the portion I want to play is 2 minutes 46, 2:46:01 to 2:40.
Hold on one second. Alrighty, let's get back to it.
.20.
What I want to know is when is her gonna get on the stand? Because cross-examination, they gonna crucify her.
Oh, you told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what you said.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the
You're right.
fucking thing. And
You figured it out.
And you said, no, fuck it. No, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I watched you lie. And then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe,
You see, that's very narcissistic. Very narcissistic.
you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, you've been in a lot of fights. You've been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a close
You didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't.
So I want to know is criminal charges going to be filed against her, because those was the accusations that was made against Depp, that he was physically abusing her. So, but we'll see how this plays out. More than likely it probably won't, because, you know, society and media in general protects women when it comes to, you know, domestic violence issues. When a man is, you know, abused and whatnot, it's not really taken seriously. But when it's a woman, you know, everybody is, you know, hung go.
I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you?
What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you started.
You are such a baby. Grow the fuck up,
Did you start
Johnny.
physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had
Because-
to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
She's telling him to grow up, but you're belittling him when he's walking away from a situation that if he acted, you know, in a different manner, he'd be behind bars. And look at her face. She's like, she don't have a care in the world. She kind of looks, you know, drugged out a bit, or like she ain't slept too. Crazy.
You agree with Ms. Heard that it's admirable to retreat from a fight?
Is it admirable? It is admirable to retreat from a fight.
Yeah. Anything about this tape suggest to you that it's characteristic of reactive violence?
In this instance, if true, if she said she hit him first, then that would not be reactive violence.
All right. You testified that Ms. Heard reported to you that she engaged in low levels of violence, correct?
Well, I don't think she said that. I think that was the characterization of knowing the types of minor and severe levels of violence.
Okay.
I mean, cutting somebody's finger off by throwing a bottle at them is more than low-level violence. And putting a cigarette out on somebody's face.
I got it wrong. You consider it low levels of violence.
Well, I considered what the literature and the research talks about low levels of violence as opposed to severe levels of violence.
And I think you suggested that Ms. Heard sustained more severe injuries, correct?
I think I said more frequent injuries.
More frequent, but not more severe.
Well, certainly the incidents in Australia and the sexual violence and the incidents on December 15th, 2015 were quite severe.
You said you reviewed medical records in rendering your opinion.
Correct.
Sexual violence.
And you reviewed photographs.
Correct?
Now, other than the reports to her therapists, which you call medical records, right?
Yeah, I would call those medical records,
Right.
sure.
Other than the reports to her therapist, there's not a single medical record that reflects any injury to Ms. Heard, is there?
That's not correct.
No. There is not other than what doctor reflected injuries to Ms. Heard?
The note by Erin Borum, her married name, I'm not recalling her married name, indicated that she was headbutted by Mr. Depp and that she went for a concussion check and she had a busted lip and then she went to Dr. Kipper's office in order to get checked.
What? And there's a medical record other than that note that reflects it?
There's a note that she showed up at Dr. Kipper's office. There's a note in the
But there's
similar
nothing
2
from
days
Dr.
that
Kipper,
Dr.
is there?
Laurel Anderson saw the 2 bruises from that same incident as well.
All right. You reviewed photographs.
Yes.
I'd like to put up PX 144. It's been published to the jury.
So if you ask me, it looks like a situation where there was varying degrees of verbal and physical abuse, possibly from both sides. That's what it seems like. But in this case, it seems as though they probably wasn't reported on one side as opposed to the other. I don't know. The whole thing seems kind of messy to me.
I'm going to keep it up very briefly. That photograph doesn't reflect a low level of violence, does it?
Well, that reflects a severe injury, I would agree.
Yeah, that's when she
Why
cut
don't
his
we go
finger.
to PX 145? That's a severe injury that ended up with Mr. Depp on a gurney, correct?
That is a severe injury, correct?
Crazy.
All right.
Never say in a toxic relationship, get out as soon as it starts
Is
to
it
become
your
toxic.
testimony that throwing a can of mineral spirits at your spouse is characteristic of reactive violence?
If you are running away from your spouse who is trying to hurt you, yes.
All right. So you can throw a can of mineral spirits. What about if you throw a can of Red Bull?
Again, it depends on the incident I think that you're referring to. That was not necessarily reactive violence. That was in a state of frustration or anger.
All right. So when you throw a can of Red Bull in a state of frustration or anger, that's not reactive.
No.
All right. What about if you throw a bottle of vodka because your husband fell off the wagon? That reactive violence?
Are you asking me hypothetically?
I'm asking you, would that be a characteristic of reactive violence? Throw a bottle of vodka because your husband fell off the wagon.
If it's in the middle of an assault, perhaps. If it's independent of that, no.
Right. So, for instance, if your husband was just having a couple of shots at the bar.
Again, you would need more information and context to
Right,
make
right.
that determination.
All right. You don't think that's a reflective of reactive violence? And you'll agree with me that when you throw the second bottle, that's not reactive violence.
If somebody's throwing multiple bottles, psychological violence and abuse is psychologically destabilizing, which destabilizes individuals' coping strategies. That is absolutely true.
Lost what's true. Is it your testimony that once you've thrown one bottle and missed, when you throw the second one, now it's reactive violence?
That's not what I'm saying. I don't think throwing bottles is acceptable in any content.
All right.
I mean, that would be reactive violence if you throw something and miss and then you repeat it again because you're frustrated that you missed. So, yeah, it's not looking too good on her side. I think she's going to end up losing this defamation case because her defense looks very incompetent. She hits him and tells him to stop complaining and then calls him a baby. After that, she accuses him of violence. Crazy. She's on tape admitting she assaulted him. How is she not under criminal investigation? Well, you know how that go. Well, yeah, you do have to press charges. And it also depends on where you live at, too. Some places you don't have to press charges and the district attorney can file charges. So, but yeah, this is what I was saying. Men rather report abuse and they get the short end of the stick. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, one side was reporting things that happened and the other side wasn't really doing that. But there was documentation to the very least, or should I say at the very least. This shit is crazy. But that's gonna do it for my reaction on this. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Comment below your thoughts and ideas about that. Appreciate you all for tuning in, and until the next video, peace.